As we know it today, YouTube is a wonderful platform for all types of people to gain new insights and explore the diverse world. Not exactly, right? At the end of the day, it is a business. Last year, they generated 29.24 billion USD in revenue, and it's been growing ever since its introduction. Today, we know that it accounts for 11.35% of Google's entire revenue. And this is largely thanks to its recommendation system. The purpose of this video is to take a deeper dive into this algorithm and understanding how it may serve to reinforce certain thoughts that we might have. So, in 2016, Google published a paper on the algorithm on the recommendation system. It's quite technical. We talk about AI in there and the machine learning, but we know that the recommendation system itself is pretty simple. It divides the search into two categories. One is candidate generation, and the second is ranking. Candidate generation uses metrics such as watch time, click-through rate, video watches, recency to generate a list of hundreds of videos to be recommended. And from these hundreds, an in-depth ranking system analyzes each more in-depth and assigns them a ranking, which influences the order of which they are recommended in our view as users. This needs to be done, otherwise it would be too computationally expensive to do an in-depth analysis and rank from all the millions of videos that exist on the platform today. Because users are generally recommended videos that they are most likely to click on and watch for a long time, the videos that are recommended are generally in line with the preferences that the users have. So while we have the option to search for different types of videos, our recommended view tempts us into watching what we were already tempted to look at. So if you're a gamer, you're probably going to get more video game clips and highlights on your recommendation system. And if you're a basketball enthusiast, you'll get basketball games or highlights as well for that. And towards the idea of reinforcing certain behavior, which is the topic I introduced at the beginning, we can understand how YouTube could reinforce some inequalities as well. If you kind of just watch some content that is unequal towards certain groups, we often see that in video games where there's kind of stereotypes or prejudice against women, or this will reinforce certain thoughts and the viewpoints that we have because we see it so often in these kinds of contents. On the other side, if you're watching self-help videos or educational content, well, you're going to reinforce these emancipatory practices or viewpoints that you already had and will build probably stronger structure towards them. As you ingest more of this content, it becomes inevitable that viewers will start absorbing what they see and reinforce these thoughts, whereas at the beginning maybe you were on the fence or you were leaning towards a certain thought. And this fits the business model that YouTube has, which is, as a social media, we attempt to keep the viewer watch time as high as possible. So whichever content is more effective will be the one that's suggested. Then again, so many parameters come into play when you're designing a large-scale algorithm for such an impactful system like YouTube. And even the designer of the algorithm in the article writes that there's more art than science in selecting the surrogate problem for recommendations, just because we don't really know at the end of the day how big of an effect it has on people in general. All right, thank you.